listener friend, I've got a tale that I must defend, about a world where freedom fell, and I'm the one who knows it well, you see. And I've read the book with care, analyzed each symbol there. Though I lack the lived experience, my expertise is quite immense. I'm mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale with confidence that cannot fail. Though women wrote it, lived it, felt it, I'm the one who can help you get it. Mansplaining, mansplaining, mansplaining. The irony is entertaining, but trust me when I break it down, I'm the smartest guy around. Now June's rebellion, let me explain the symbolism in her pain. The red dress means fertility, I learned that from the TV. The patriarchy's iron fist is something that I can't have missed. But though I've never felt oppressed, my analysis is still the best. I'm mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale with confidence that cannot fail. Though women wrote it, lived it, felt it, I'm the one who can help you get it. Mansplaining, mansplaining. The irony is entertaining, but trust me when I break it down, I'm the smartest guy around. Now some might say it's quite absurd for me to have the final word on stories about women's plight, but clearly I've got better sight. The themes of power, loss, and rage are better viewed from my male stage. So gather round and hear me speak about the truths that women see. I'm explaining the Handmaid's Tale. My podcast wisdom will not fail. Though Margaret Roper women know I'm here to steal the whole darn show. Oh, mansplaining, mansplaining, self-awareness, that's for training. So tune in weekly, don't you frown. I'm the smartest guy in town. Welcome to the podcast, friends, where male perspective never ends.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the Daily Dose of Dawn, Mansplaining the Handmaid's Tale. Oh, yep, that's right. We're going to continue on, and we are going to finish up Season 5 today. That's right, all your questions will be manswered. Woo! Okay. And as you can see, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are playing some Mario Golf today. We're in a blustery basin, so totally expect to watch me get the crap kicked out of me because I hate this one. Ugh, but here we are. And it'll give me time. Alright. Oh, come on. Yeah. Wow. That is not a terrible start, at least. Good. Alrighty. I'm playing the Wiggler, by the way. The computer on the hardest mode has got everybody else. Wow, Donkey Kong and King Bob-omb. Yeah, I'm going to get the crap kicked out of me. Poor Peach, though. She's going to get slaughtered. That's my prediction there, so watch her win. By a lot. Why not? Okay, then. Oh, so let's get to it. As y'all may recall, episode 6 ends off. Serena has got June at gunpoint, gets in the car, tells her to drive. Okay. We're back there. June's driving, and she suddenly is just like, you know what? Fuck this. Bam. Stops. And Serena's waving the gun at her, and June's like, yeah, fuck you. And just jumps out and runs, because, bitch, what the fuck's your problem? You ain't gonna shoot me, I guess. Oh, boy. Well, alright. Serena tries to drive away, and she ends up crashing. June checks on her to find out, oh shit, Serena's in labor. Oh, motherfucker. Oh. What's she gonna do? So of course, there's a manger. Or though there's a barn, and June says something like, oh, maybe there'll be a manger or something, you religious whack job. Let's see here. Get a quick little flashback. We're getting flashbacks back to the birthing ceremony. Well, a birthing ceremony. I guess like the first one that was going on, and Alfred is presented to Serena. Alright. Hold on here. There we go. Alright. So we're back at the manger. And June is trying her best to help Serena out, help deliver the baby, and Serena ain't having it. That's probably not a smart idea. So she pisses June off. June leaves. June then heads out. She tries to get the car out of the ditch. It just ain't going out of the ditch. It's kind of the, this is all actually like the same thing as June's time pregnant, like, except June is there for Serena, but, well, she's not at this exact moment, but, yeah, this is just like the scene where, June is trying to open up the garage door and just can't get it open, and tries to, bam, well, now she's trying to get the car out of the ditch so she can leave Serena's bitch ass, and, well, she can't get the fucking car out of the goddamn ditch. Fuck. So she returns to the barn, and, labor pains kind of get Serena a little bit more, a little bit more obedient, ready to go. So June's able to help deliver the baby. The baby Noah arrives. Oh, shit. Alright, so as they're sitting there with the kid, Serena asks June, hey, why'd you murder Fred, but not me? And of course Juniper's like, hey, I didn't think your kid should suffer. For fuck's sake. But now, like, Serena's all like, oh, no, like, the other day you had a gun, and, I don't know. June says she didn't want to. Oh. Serena then reveals she is afraid of the Wheelers. She believes the Wheelers are trying to take her baby away. And oh man, she is just, what in the hell are you gonna do? She can't go to the hospital. And of course June is sitting there like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? Like, like, really? Like, you gonna sit there and be all like, oh my god, they're taking away my baby, to me, But Serena wants June to take him, and June is like, nah, I ain't taking them. We're gonna save them both. And well, she ends up convincing her to go to the hospital. So we get to the hospital, and Luke comes up, get June. Apparently they just let Luke go. Okay? As y'all recall, they suddenly, separated the two of them, and June was going off to wherever, and they was like, Luke, yeah, just let this dude go. So apparently they just dropped him back off in Canada, like, get your ass out of here. I don't think they would do that. But alright. Oh, damn it. So anyways, while we're at the hospital, all of a sudden, bam, Canadian immigration raids the fucking room. Yeah, that's right. Apparently, when Serena left for no man's land, she gave up her little diplomatic visa. And Luke was like, yeah, bitch, I called immigration on her. And in a bit of delicious irony, Serena's like, what are you going to do with my baby? And they're like, well, our detention center doesn't have an infant care unit. So, just stay at the hospital. We'll figure it out. Ah, you're taking my baby away from me. Ah. And Luke is sitting there like, fuck you, bitch. June is a little bit conflicted at this point, but you know. That is the end of episode 7. Alright, folks. As always, wherever you're watching this, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, be sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Tell you what, I don't want to do the whole, if I hole in one here, you gotta share, because I ain't gonna hole in one this one. I'll be lucky if I stay on the green with this stupid friggin' wind thing. I think if I wait for him to, okay, and it's uphill, so I want to go up just a little bit, and let's see, well, at least I didn't, oh crap, I was gonna say, alrighty, let's get to episode 8. June and Luke are back home, and Luke's like, Serena keeps calling, trying to get help. And they're like, yeah, we're not helping her. Like, the fuck, man. Well, we go down to Gilead, and Lawrence is talking with the other commanders, like, hey, ain't you guys just a little embarrassed that you run a country that everybody's trying to escape from? You know? So he has his idea, New Bethlehem. It's Gilead's Hong Kong, as he calls it. Basically, he'll welcome back all the traitors and give them a slightly more liberal government. And, you know, the healing process begins with the rest of the world because they're kind of getting choked by economic sanctions. Alright. So basically that's the deal with New Bethlehem. Oh, So, Serena, she is at the friggin' detention center pumping out breast milk. And basically, so Mrs. Wheeler, whom apparently has custody of the baby somehow, some reason, I don't know, sure. She tells her about how we're having him cry it out. We just let him cry. We don't coddle him. Yeah, okay, great. I'm sure you're gonna love that, but oh, back up in, over in Little America, Luke and June and Moira they're scrubbing graffiti. All the friggin' Canadians getting real sick of the refugees around. Oh, let's see here. Lawrence calls June. Tells June about doesn't call her. He comes to visit. Tells her about New Bethlehem and how her and Luke and Hannah, or not Hannah, but her and Luke and Nicole can go live there, and eventually Agnes or Hannah will be showing up there, and Nick will be there, and y'all can all be a big fucking happy family in Gilead Light. You know, it's Gilead minus the rape. Alright. Luke, of course, is not interested in this proposal. He don't really know Lawrence, so he doesn't really trust him. Makes the point of what you're gonna do when you step back foot on there and Gilead decides to just kill you. Yeah, it's definitely a concern. Alrighty. Lawrence then takes a little stop in on Serena at the immigration detention center. Lawrence lets Serena know that he's got her sprung from the detention center. Oh, look at that. And she's gonna be living with the Wheelers. Of course, Serena's like, "Whoa, what the fuck? These people are trying to steal my baby. The fuck are you talking about? I don't want to live with them." And Lauren's like, "Yeah, you have an irony deficiency, Serena." Like, that one was pretty good. Oh. So in the morning, Mark Twallows checks in on Luke and June. Basically Mark tells her, like, look, we can't afford to have you leave. We ain't really got a whole lot of U.S. citizens left. And you know, you leave, more are gonna go, and yeah. Wow. I'm over here on stroke 3. Alright. So Mark tells her, like, look, can't say nothing yet. All I can say is we are preparing military action. Okay? So next up, we got June and Rita talking to each other. Rita was like, I I ain't going back there no matter what. But I ain't got a daughter stuck in there. So that's also a bit of a problem. Alright. Oh, so June finally stops in to visit Serena, and Serena is again like, I can't be stuck with the Wheelers. They're trying to steal my baby. And June's just like, bitch, we are not friends. What is your problem? But June gives her some advice on, I don't know, how to be a handmaid. So, oh boy. Let's see here. June and Lawrence have one more little fucking powwow, and they guilt trip each other. Lawrence is basically like, hey, this is me trying to fix my bullshit, you know. Sorry, but this is the best I can do, you know. This or kill myself. Boy. Oh, June has back a package. Yeah. And the package has a video of what appears to be Hannah at the wife school. Oh, alright. Let's see here. Next up is Lawrence and Nick. Lawrence tells Nick, hey, I'm gonna need somebody to run this new Bethlehem. And yeah, sure, you do that. You're close to both your daughters. Hell, why the hell not? Of course, Nick is really liking this idea. Hey, I get to be in charge, and I get to hang out with like both my bitches and my daughters. Damn, you know, pretty nice. I am. Let's see here. See Mark again. He's just like, man, I can't lose no more U.S. citizens. Serena returns to the Wheelers. Mrs. Wheeler giving her all sorts of shit. Like, man, you know, you're an unfit mother. But don't worry, I'm here to take care of your kid. And Serena the bitch has now got to take it. This whole season, she is just getting everything she fucking deserves. It's great. Alrighty. Next. Let's see here. June gets a phone call from Mark, and it's the call she's been waiting for. Mark tells her, we have found Hannah's school thanks to the video you gave us, and we are going to do a raid and bring her home. Oh, shit. That is the end of episode 8. Let's see what we can do here. A little bit of wind off and dun dun dun. There you go. Oh, righty. Episode 9 opens Mark is explaining the plan. Oh, what the hell? He knocked me off the green. What a jerk. Basically saying, hey, I got a list of 30 stolen girls. We're gonna fly in under their radar. We're gonna raid the school. We're gonna grab them. We're gonna fly back. They point out they are only taking the stolen girls. You know, they're not grabbing all the children. Actually, would be super fucked up if they did. Alright. Alright, and okay, we meet the elite soldier, so you know what that means, now that we have a name with a guy. And he tells about his daughter, so yeah, oh my. It's not gonna go well for him. Oh, yeah. And June is like, hey, I want to watch it live. And she's like, yeah, none of the other families get to watch it live. And she's like, yeah, none of the other families gave you the intel that made this possible. Oh, all right. All right. Serena's back home. There is mentioned something. Mr. Wheeler does not answer to the commanders in Gilead. So there's an interesting little line. They have a lot of weird lines like that that don't get really... They don't get revealed. Well, there's another one coming up, too, that's like that, but... Alright. Or at least, you know, there's still one season left, but I feel like it's going to be left open. Anyways. Oh, Mrs. Wheeler is very, very frequently referring to the child as hers. And Serena ain't liking that. Let's see. Safest course would be this way. All right. Lawrence and Lydia are getting a visit from Mrs. Putnam, Naomi. This is great. I go back and forth, and I've said a few times, like, Margaret Atwood can write amazing female characters, but her male characters are inconsistent and they don't make any sense. Well, like, this is back to Lawrence being awesome, because this I can totally relate to. The dude's like, well, I don't really want to get married, but you know what? I guess, here, you need a husband, you got a kid, Juliet ain't gonna let you be a single mother. And he's trying his best to explain this to her, and then Lydia just jumps in like, he wants you to be his wife. You know, like, yeah, I can totally relate to that. Oh, of course, Naomi points out, you know, this dude had my husband killed right in front of me. And Lydia's just like, yep, and he's gonna overlook that. You should too. Let's see here. Serena goes and talks to Mr. Wheeler. It's like, hey, you know, this whole fertility clinic was like my idea, so I would love to be there for the opening. Oh. And of course, there's still a whole lot of apologizing for shooting the driver going on. There probably should be for that. Poor Ezra. Damn it. Alrighty. So we've got a feed of Hannah's Wife's School, which then of course turns into a regular thing showing Hannah, and she's got a drawing, and she signs it Hannah, not Agnes. So she still apparently believes somewhat that she's Hannah. They haven't fully brainwashed her yet. I would think she would be pretty brainwashed by now. Alright. So as June's back there in the war room watching this shit go down, all of a sudden, beep, 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 red shit everywhere, signal totally lost. No one knows what the fuck happened. They're like, get those people out of here while we figure this out. Alrighty. Well, turns out what happened was Gilead knew about the raid. Soon as they crossed the border, bam! Blew them right out of the sky. Never stood a chance. I guess that guy is not bringing June's daughter back, and he's not coming home to his daughter either. Yeah, who didn't see that coming? Motherfucker, you might as well have named that guy Kenny. Alrighty, under the wind. Okay then. Alright, Lawrence and June. Lawrence calls up June the next day. And he's kind of like, yeah, so you're still welcome to come to New Bethlehem. And June, well, you see, this is again where you're arguing from a matter of perspective, but I'm just like, kind of agree with both of them on this one. June is pretty pissed because she's like, yeah, you just slaughtered like 3 plane loads of soldiers. You know, we met that guy. He had a name and a daughter. You know, one of them at least. The guy who I assume is leading the mission. Oh, but Lawrence, of course, is like, they were pretty much invading our country with the intent to steal our children. You know? Like, we can't just let that happen. Oh, wow. Alrighty. So basically, like, in a bit of anger, June reveals to Lawrence, like, oh yeah, by the way, I watched your wife kill herself. Could have stopped it. Could have saved her. But I didn't. Of course, Lawrence, he's like, yeah, I always kind of figured you had something to do with that. Boy. Alright, so we're back to Mark and June. June tells Mark she is done with Lawrence. And Mark's like, well, I mean, what about Nick? Mark tells her about the offer that he made to Nick. Alright? And of course, Nick turned it down. So, we head back over to the center, okay? Which, by the way, on the way there, like, Serena, Mrs. Wheeler told Serena, like, bitch, you don't be talking to my husband. Fucking, she was like ready to smack. She smacked her right up, you know, like, we ain't dealing with that. So now we're at the center, and Serena is hanging out with the baby. She's talking to people, and Mrs. Wheeler's like, fuck this bitch. You seem tired. Get the fuck home. The fuck out of here. I'll come down here without you tomorrow. Boy. Oh, okay. So, Serena ends up telling her, like, hey, before I go home, can I just, like, breastfeed the kid? You know, and she was all like, oh, you should have a bottle on you, and I told you to always have one. Like, well, I don't. So I'm going to have to use the old boobies. So Serena goes off in the back, asks for some privacy, wants to feed the kid. Oh, nope. She is running the fuck away. Runs right off, flags down a car, tells some woman, hey, just drive. Just drive. Oh, shit. June comes home to find Nick on her doorstep. Apparently he drove himself up. This is going downhill. I want a low wind and that. Well, I'm probably best off to try and do this. Yeah, okay. Oh, shit. Well, if I would have backspun it, that would have been much, much better. But oh well. Oh, let's see here. Oh, Nick reveals Rose's father is, I'm pretty sure with the subtitles, he said the top commander. Okay, now again, this is something I'm actually super fucking interested in and wish they would do. And it's one of my major complaints about this show, actually, is the whole total lack of hierarchy that all these men seem to have. Alexa, stop. For the folks at home, that means it's 7 a.m. But yeah, so apparently Rose's father is the top commander. I'll just mention it now. We do not get any more information on this for the rest of the season. This is that other thing that I was gonna mention. Like, I feel like that got glossed over a little bit. You know, I'm very interested. Who is the top commander? There's only one season left, and it's not really clear who's in charge. Really isn't. All right. Whew. Let's see here. Rose and the wives are talking about Rose's pregnancy. And one of them mentioned something about genetic issues that kind of seemed important, but again, glossed over. But Rose says something like, I don't know, we're praying for the best or some shit. I don't know. Yeah. So perhaps that pregnancy will be complicated. I don't know. But again, that's all we get of that line. I have a feeling a lot of these are going to be left open. But anyway, so the commanders are having a meeting. And they're all patting each other in the back and pounding each other in the ass about what a good job we did, and we made the Americans look fucking foolish, and the Chinese and the Russians and the fucking North Koreans are all congratulating us. Yeah, I don't know. Again, maybe we'll try to get more into that later. But I was just like, that scene was a little bit cringe. Like, it's fun for a fantasy level, but I can assure you, if the U.S. dollar fell, China and Russia would not be happy. North Korea probably wouldn't give a fuck, but that would fuck over China and Russia quite a lot. Without going into a huge economics lesson, but we're getting way off. That is a subject for a different podcast. But hold on, let me get this shot here, because this is not gonna work out super well here, but well, that probably went about as good as I could hope. Alrighty. Anyways, so on the way out the door, Mackenzie, who apparently flew over here from Colorado. And again, this isn't really clear, but alright. He's like, hey, Lawrence, ain't it time to deal with this June Osborne problem? Lawrence, of course, is not super up for that. Alright. Man, almost. Oh, Lawrence is also given a little bit of the business, but announces his proposal, and they're like, wow, you're finally one of us. Back up in Canada, we are having a vigil for the soldiers killed by Gilead in the raid. Well, for raiding their country. Killed by Gilead and clearly self-defense. And of course the soldier's daughter has to appear, and she is given the Pledge of Allegiance. And the Canadians are protesting the shit out of this, and yeah, basically, like, all of a sudden there is a shooting. Alright. That is the end of episode 9. Oh, wow. Look at that. Alright, folks. One more episode to go. Episode 10, the season finale. Alrighty. Let's just try and line this up real quick. And then alrighty. Opens up. June has got a package. It is a bulletproof vest. Oh, shit. Nick buzzed in on fucking Lawrence. Like, yo, June is not a target. Let's see here. Lydia is now talking with Mrs. Putnam about posting Janine in their house, allowing her to be close with the baby Angela. Ooh, she is not super happy about that idea, but hey. She ain't really got a whole lot to say. I mean, she's got some, but not a whole lot. Back up in Canada, though, June gets run over by a truck. Shit. I mean, she bought a bulletproof vest. Maybe she should have bought a truck-proof vest. Nah, it's pretty fucked up. Run right over her arm. Well, then Luke runs out, fucking beats this motherfucker nearly to death, as mostly anybody would at that point in time. Yeah, my little cuddly little co-host has decided to show up. Alrighty. Anyways. June is taken to the hospital, and Luke is taken to the police station for questioning. Oh, shit. Nick is at the border, gets searched, and he's brought along. Okay. This is a little confusing, because, like, he just, the last episode, just shows up on, like, June's door with no real explanation. Just like, yeah, he says something like, I drove myself. Like, you know, I'm not high up enough to have my own driver yet. But yeah, so he gets searched, and Twello brings him to the hospital to see June, but like while she's out, he doesn't want her to know he was there. Oh boy. So Lydia tells Janine about the plan to have her posted with Lawrence and Naomi. Nick signs an agreement on his way out. Not really explained what said agreement is, but it's that they will protect June, and it's not really said what he's doing, but alright. Nick also mentions most of the drivers are the eyes. Okay, like, so that's where, you know, that makes sense, and it makes sense that he would know that, because, you know, he used to be a driver, and now he's a commander, and I thought he was still one of the eyes, but see, the eyes are seeming less and less super cool nowadays at this point. Like, they like in season 1, he seemed like he was like all powerful and untouchable, and like, but nobody knows it, and now it's just kind of like, yeah, it's almost like it's just like what that's I don't know. I think that maybe, from what I can guess, is maybe what they do here is like, you're young, you're a guardian, and then you're middle aged, you're an eye, and then you're like old and you become a commander. I don't know. I can't really figure this fucking the system is kind of crazy. Might actually have to like read the book, because I don't know. Somebody did tell me that the book explains it, but I think they also told me they didn't read the book, so I don't know how much I trust that. Oh boy. Anyways. Oh, Luke and June, they're like, yo, we gotta protect ourselves. This is getting fucked. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Alright. Oh, let's see here. Of course, then Janine and the Putnams, or Mrs. Putnam, they decide we'll give it a test run and see how it goes. The baby ain't here for the summer, so we get the test run, we see how you do, and then in the fall, when the baby comes back, maybe you get to see the baby. But while she is there, one of the Marthas tells Janine, hey, you know, June is like out in Canada and they still trying to kill her ass. Ain't that fucked up? Oh, shit. Oh, that sucked. Oh, ugh. So, after hearing of June's fate, Janine gets a little unhinged again. So, Janine and Naomi are Naomi's kind of like, yeah, you know, like, maybe we'll maybe this will work out, we'll become friends or some shit. And Janine's just like, no, you stole my fucking daughter, I hate you. Janine is a weird character. The way that, like, it's funny because, like, it's definitely Stockholm syndrome that's going on here, but like, yeah, she acts like she's brainwashed real well, and then yeah, you get this where it's suddenly like, oh yeah, I'm actually not. I'm just kind of crazy to cope with the bullshit that's going on. Which is why she makes a great pairing with Lydia as well. I gotta give them that. This is what I mean when I say, like, Margaret Atwood writes wonderful female characters, but she just can't pull this off with a man. Okay. Back up in Canada. Luke and June learn that the truck driver is dead in the hospital. Died from his wounds inflicted by Luke. Which unfortunately, even though it would be like totally justified in most circumstances, you know, that they're refugees and he just killed a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil. Oh boy, this ain't gonna work out well for him. They need to run now. Of course, Mark lets them know before, because at first their plan is like, we gotta get on a plane and we're gonna get to friggin' Hawaii. And Mark lets them know, like, yeah, the police are, like, waiting for y'all at the airport, so, and they're gonna arrest both of you if you both go, so don't do that. Mark's like, go on the train. Got a train going west. Alright. So back over in Gilead, Nick has apparently learned. Well, yeah, of course he learned of it, but Nick basically goes in there and punches Lawrence right in the face, telling him what the fuck. And Lawrence is like, yo, I didn't give that order. You know? That wasn't me. Alright. So, we're back over to Lydia and Janine. She just tells Janine, you must fix this, because, man, bitch, I went out trying to get this opportunity for you, and you fucked it up. The fuck. You better fix this. That's basically all we get there. Well, that's what we get at first, but then, ooh, the eyes come in, and they take Janine. And Lydia is like, what the fuck you doing? Hey, the fuck? Don't be taking her. Follows them all the way out to the truck. And fucking, once they throw Janine in there, Lydia tries to get handsy, man. The Guardian's like, oh, fuck no, bitch. Throw that right down. Inside the truck, we see is also the Martha that friggin' told Janine of June's fucking plight. No, boy. That's probably not going to end well. Alrighty. So back up in Canada, Luke and June are at the train. They're about to get on the train, but oh shit, the police figured out that, like, you know, the plane reservation might have been a distraction. So they also sent police to the train. Probably, you know, good idea on their part. Can't really blame them for that one. Anyway, so basically June and Nick separate, alright? Because they're like, hey, if we're caught together, they're going to arrest both of us. But if we're caught separately, they can only arrest Luke. Because, you know, she wouldn't be aiding him then. So June's on the train, and she calls Luke on the phone, and Luke's like, there ain't no way I can get on the train. And they ain't going to let the train leave until they find me. So, oh, fuck. I'm going to have to give myself up. Oh, shit. So Luke is arrested. And we go back up to Gilead, and Nick is now in custody. And he is visited by Rose, who is basically like, yeah, what kind of man are you? Like, you running off to your girlfriend every time the government tries to kill her? The fuck? You know, I ain't putting up with this shit. Rose is all like, we had a good thing going, and now you ruined it, and I don't want to be with you anymore. Well, okay. Nick, of course, is like, you know you can't actually leave, right? Like, so this is left open at this point, and I'm just like, huh. Because, I mean, I wonder if, I imagine Top Commander Daddy would give her some leeway to leave. But, I mean, Gilead has been pretty good about enforcing their laws on everybody. Well, yeah, that's still another thing I'll get into, that Warren guy. Like, poor guy, what is his problem? I don't know. But alright. So then we go back to the train. And on the train, we find Serena and Noah are just hanging out there. And June's kind of like, are you fucking kidding me? You know, the best part about that scene is at that point I had like totally forgotten that Serena even ran away. So I mean that was actually the best part about that because she was not mentioned at all that entire episode. And then Pam at the end, like, oh yeah, you know, that right there, that is good storytelling, right? You know. I don't know. Overall, like I will say, the second half of season 5 was definitely better than the first half of it. The first half of it was kind of boring, I thought, but no, I picked right up in the second half. Oh. But that is, of course, the end of season 5. Season 5 be going into there with season 6 will be starting off with June and Serena on the train with their babies. They'll bond some more. And Serena will probably be like, hey, yeah, remember that time I tried to steal your child? Yeah, that was fun. Of course, we got Luke in prison in Canadian jail. So I'm sure he probably will not receive a fair trial, but I don't know. Maybe he will. This author is weird right there. I mean, I don't know. Oh. Well, alrighty then, folks. I think if you're watching on the Spotify version, this is probably about where we will end off. We're gonna have a season 5 recap next, and that'll probably be out pretty quickly for you, a couple of days, day or two maybe. But if you're watching on YouTube, we'll be about to start Dawn After Dark. Yeah, which is just a sexy way of saying I've run out of the subject that I'm actually talking about, so I probably won't be saying much, and there'll be a whole lot of dead space. So alrighty, folks, as I said on Spotify, keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of down. Alright, welcome to the Dawn After Dark, folks, where I will probably be taking breaks because there'll be tons of funny edits that you'll be able to tell. One of them's coming up pretty soon, actually. Yeah, see you like that, you know? Alright, a little bit of time went by, and nobody saw nothing. Oh, I just hit the old shower, so. Oh, look at that. It's probably not a terrible path to. But it's like downhill. The wind. Probably gonna shoot right past it, but you know, maybe. Fudge. Oh well. Whoa, I did not even realize that I was destroying everybody here. I usually do kind of horrible at these stupid snow and wind ones. Cool. That's an enjoyable outcome. And everybody getting down here. shit. Hey, stop rolling, jerk. Good. At least these guys are screwing up too. Alright. Bam. Come on, man. At least everybody else is doing horrible, because this is probably gonna screw up my score. This one. That's not gonna do it. No. Well, there might be some method to that madness, because at least she's definitely gonna get it on the next stroke. So yeah, that there might be something to that one. He gets par. Donkey Kong bogey. And she gets to tap it in. Alright. Hole 17. So 2 more to go. And there's a par 4, so hole 18 will definitely be a par 5 then. That's alright. Let's see, Peach starting off going over there, but she is not the powerhouse. And into there. Motherfucker. You know, I had a feeling I should have only hit the fucking thing once, but instead went for 2. I had to be right in front of a goddamn tree. Yeah, there's a freaking tree directly in between me and the effing friggin' thing. At least not her. But I might be wishing I was her. And there comes the Donkey Kong. Yeah, that would have actually been pretty nice. Ah, fuck. Alright. Yeah. Oh, well, at least I'm set up for an easy par. Bam, missed that. And boom, there it goes. There goes a par. And the bogey. Alrighty, folks. One last hole, but you know what? For this hole, I'll blow a picture up here myself a little bit. Just want to take a moment to talk about the show's newest sponsor. This isn't really the show that I'll be talking about it too much on, but hey, we're real excited for this one, folks. Be Fit Amazing. Alright, this is some real nice, high quality workout gear. I'm wearing the shirt right now. I also got a pair of shorts. I'm not wearing the shorts though because I'm going hiking a little bit later on. That's why I'm wearing the exercise shirt now. Now this thing's nice and comfortable, moisture wicking, keeps you nice and cool. Yeah, alright, straight up. High quality stuff. Okay? And on top of that, just for being a fan of this show, you can get 50% off your order. Alright? Just use the referral link in the comment section or the description of the video, depending upon where you're seeing this. Alright? And then use the promo code TDDD for the Daily Dose of Dom. And man, like I said, 50% off your order. Just for listening to me mansplain the Handmaid's Tale to you. That is a hell of a deal. Okay? Check them out. Alrighty. Let's finish this up here. It's the last one. I think I just helped out King Bob-omb. Looks like I pushed in my head a little bit. What a jerk. Oh, boy. There goes Donkey Kong. Made it fly on. Alright. On the green. Alright. Oh, oh. Hey, you screwed it up too. I should not screw this up. Alright, cool. There goes the eagle. Alright, I can put this back here. Probably should have done that earlier. Oh, well, at least I waited until the last hole to do that. This don't even make it into the Spotify. One actually, shit, but well, oh well. Alright. Looks like it is all over, folks. And first place Wiggler, minus 11 under par. I did not think I would do that well on this, actually. That's pretty nice, though. But Wiggler is, like, pretty well the most well-rounded character. Straight up. Oh. Alright, folks. We'll expand it out. One last look. Go get yourself some fly fresh gear. Alright? Alright. As always, keep up to date with what's going on with your daily dose of Dom.